underneath with a little bit of Windex for our cleaning. We put the Windex right back there. Lift the seat up. A little bit of over processing there. Then we clean our toilet just like that. These have not been pre-inspected before you got here or anything. They've been used by 50 people all day on Friday, and this is how clean they are. This should be, there was no piss anywhere. Everybody cleans up after themselves. We have a toilet paper there, an extra one. We have our new lean toilet paper holders. Look at this. Look how easy that is for quick release. So when someone gets done, they put a new roll there, and they go and replace that roll for the next guy. If they make a mess in the bathroom, there is Windex right there, so they can clean up after themselves. Is this all making sense?
Yeah.
Yes.
Can I?
Nice job, Greg.
It's a lean bathroom.
I like this stuff.
It's a lean clean.
What do you got there?
A little bit Jim Connolly.
And see this vacuum, Greg? So we got this vacuum. And
That's a vacuum.
yeah, and it makes doing the maintenance
Little
on everything.
stuff like that.
Look at this. Look at all this. So we don't have to worry about any of this stuff. It just gets it all done. Isn't that cool?
That is.
This kind of thing's thought of right here.
So they spaced it to match the.
Right.
Wow.
You know, that maybe that's where we put it.
Where's that?
Over by that overhead door.
Put them on the counter, and they're so hot they'll burn your hand. I mean, they're so sterilized. And then we just take this, okay, put those there, and then we just load this, put this tray back in, right? And it's ready to go. So the next person loads it in. Isn't that cool? Won't. There's always some excuse, but now there's no excuse because the Windex is right here. We've standardized our cleaner. 90% of everything we use to clean in this facility is Windex. We don't have 10 different cleaners. So we put the Windex down there. We take a paper towel. I'm Greek.
Yeah, we got that.
Okay? So you take a paper towel now, which is right in front of you, so there's no struggle. Look, anywhere you are, you can reach the paper towel and the Windex. And then you clean your area. So when a new employee comes in, I'm going to train him. This is how you do it. So you clean the area, right? But that's not enough. You clean the area next to you because you want to leave it a little better than you found it. You get that? So it's not just your area, it's a little extra. Then a quick wipe on the handles for any grease or grime that you might have got on the chair. Then you push the chair in. Make sure everything's put back where it glows. You know, salt and pepper, if you used it, you're going to make sure it goes back because it's very simple to put it back.
How do you know that?
There you go, right there. So it's easy to maintain this area. If this gets awry, you know exactly where it goes. See that?
And what is that basket for? Oh,
Just to
magazines.
keep magazines and little reading stuff that people might use. And that's it. So now if I told you and you were a new employee, I said this is the standard by which we operate at FastCap. So whenever you walk, this is a discipline what we're teaching right now. Wherever you go into somebody else's area, common to everyone. So now, Pierre, I'm going to ask you, can you show me the process? I just explained it to you. Now I want you to show me the process. I want you to demonstrate that you understand.
Sit down. Sit down.
My head,
Yeah,
come down
perfect.
with my plate, take some Windex. Be back. Until clean all my area.
Yep.
And the next one.
Yes. Perfect.
Turn it. Turn this down. I clean my seat. There it is. And I'll try to keep it cleaner than before.
Perfect. So now another example that has been demonstrated here is if Pierre did not understand what I just did, if he missed the process, then that means I taught him wrong. So I was very careful when I went through I'm going to clean my area, and then I'm going to clean the area next to it, right? He listened, he repeated that, then he pulled, leaned it, veteran found, he said he pulled the chair out, he cleaned it, and then he even put the chair back in, right? So if I didn't instruct him well, he would not have got it well. And if he didn't get it well, then the onus is on me. I'm the bad teacher. So the process is bad, it's not him.
Well, I get it because it's easy.
It's
like
easy.
4 steps.
That's right.
You know, put the index, take a towels, clean it, around it, and put it back.
And here's the issue here. Most people make things complicated because when you make things complicated, then it gives you power and me power. I have power over Greg. I'm the smart guy. Greg, you're not quite smart enough to figure this out, right? But in a lean culture, what we're trying to teach is make everything easy and give power. The best example we can give you is Graham over there. His job is very technical in graphic design, but yet he's made everything so simple that everyone can do it. And he isn't threatened at all by it because he knows I'm just going to give him more responsibility and more difficult things to simplify. That makes sense? Somebody just looks on the board and they can see our burden. The entire burden of the company is visually right there. You can see exactly whether or not we're behind or ahead by looking at that board.
Because the colored sheets.
So you don't have to go to a computer, you don't have to go to, you don't have to open up a spreadsheet, it's just visual. Everything is visual and we want that, we want it simple. The orders come out in the different categories, carriers, cruising caps, today's orders, small orders, Amazon, Menards, and they go here. So we have a visual control of what's going on. Now the important thing is the paper is all color coded. So watch what happens. Friday is blue. See that? So what does this mean? Is this order behind? We're late. This was
Wait,
Friday,
Monday.
so that needed to ship on Friday. If we look at green, look at this, look over here. We've got a green order, but it's under future ship, so it's okay. Do you see that? I'll give you the test here. If I told you, I want to pack a basketball, which one of those boxes up there would be the best for a basketball?
31012 or FC1.
What color?
Green.
Green. There you go. Green is the right answer. Green is the
I'll
most
have to
efficient.
I'll have to go do a Hensei.
We don't want to pay more money for UPS.
If
So
we
now,
use the fuchsia
now,
box, we'd have to fill it with a bunch of paper.
right?
Oh,
Okay.
I'm so
It's okay. No.
inadequate.
But now, Greg, find the green box. You're gonna pack.
I got it.
I know.
I'll
you
find
gotta
the green box. Here.
There it is. See, it's all color coded. So
Ah.
it's so simple. You don't even have to work at this.
Duh.
Say if you're gonna build a product, basically, for the most part, you're gonna do it in a 4x8 area.
This particular one had 2 tables and a wire rack that was with it.
And now he's further condensed it. So we got into a bigger building. Would you think we'd make a bigger area? But we did just the opposite. We made things smaller.
Covered there?
All right, so what we're looking at is our Mondo grout gun, and we want to eliminate the 8 wastes. And the 8 wastes are first overproduction. So first of all, you're in a cell where we're making everything just in time. So as the orders are produced, then Clint would make enough for a day's inventory or 2 days inventory, so very little, so we can produce everything just in time. We could go ahead and make all this over in China and just ship it all over here, but we don't. Clint has set up a cell here. So we make just in time. So we eliminated the first waste, which is overproduction. Second waste is transportation, then inventory, then a defect. So if Clint had a defect in this, he would recognize it because he's building one at a time. He's not building he's not gluing 100 of these together. He glues one together at a time. The minute a defect comes up, he can readjust the process. So now he's not going to waste excess motion and help me motion and
Inventory.
okay, so the first one is, we'll just start from the beginning because that's the way I know it. Overproduction, transportation, and then inventory, then a defect, then excess motion,
You didn't overprocess.
over processing, right? And then the customer's waiting and then wasted employee potential. So Clint has it set up, and you saw he moved very little. Everything was just right in front of him. And as he said, when he wanted to glue something together, right when he said, I need glue, the answer was right here. The glue was right here. And if the lid didn't come off, which oftentimes they don't, oh, I need to take it off, the answer is right here. So he's eliminated so much waste of over-processing, transportation, running around, because the answer to the question is always right where you're going to ask it. So that's the way the system's set up. and it will be refined for the rest of our life. Like you're looking at this
yeah.
now, he'll be making changes. Every time he works here, he'll make a change to it. That's just the way we work.
Well, I know that I got my paper sitting here, but I want to be able to pull out the individual sheet. It's made it to this point, but it can be still be improved.
Right.
It's
awesome.
Never-ending process.
Where did that phrase, how long have you been using that?
Which one?
The answer is where the question happens.
John came up with that, or
Yeah, it's
I don't know,
been
maybe
years.
learned it from Japan. I don't know. We've been using it for a long time.
Yeah,
That's-
one of my favorite
That's
things.
worth a trip
It's
right
brilliant.
there.
It's brilliant.
I can get that in everybody's
I
head.
mean, we have learned so much, and you know, when you look at this, and I know you're videotaping all this, and people are looking, I go, man, why do they do it like? We're a disaster here. On a scale of 1 to 100, Toyota's a 99. We've been there so many times. They're the most magnificent manufacturer I've ever seen in my entire life. We are a 3. We're a joke. We are so bad. Everywhere you look, there's problems. But that's just the way it is, and that just means we have more opportunity. Determine whether or not you've made an improvement are in this hierarchy. Number 1, safety. Anytime you make an improvement, if it's not safer, it's not an improvement. Okay, so safety trumps everything. Then the second criteria is quality. Whenever you make an improvement to something, the quality should either stay the same or go up. If you make an improvement and you diminish the potential quality of the product, it's not an improvement, because everything about lean is focused on quality and delivering value to the customer. So safety and quality. What's the first one?
Safety.
Second one?
Quality.
Quality. The next one is simpler. Is it simpler? So if we create a process and we make it more convoluted, it's not really an improvement. I mean, occasionally it can happen, but it's rare. Usually everything we do, as you saw with Clint, he made everything simpler. Holding the thing is simpler. He made a jig. It's simpler to put the thing on there and twist it than hold it in your hand. Everything is simpler, right? So simplicity is a criteria. And you don't have to meet all of them, but you need to meet one of them. And then the last one, which is the most surprising, is faster. You would think, oh, everything's about speed, time. No, 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 no. It's safety, quality. The next one is simplicity, and then speed. So we're always trying to shave seconds off of everything, but in the process of doing that, if we make it unsafe, we impair the quality, or we complicate it, it's not an improvement.
Now at our plant, you have to decide what quality is. Because for us, our mission is to make it simple for the guy in the field to install our product. So it might make it easier for the guy here if you're just shifting it off to somebody else.
We never do that. No,
always
yeah,
about the customer.
it's always
Right.
about the customer. The customer is
Right.
the next person down the road. We're thinking about the next person that's got a deal from us.
Right.
We're servants.
Right.
We are servants. Just get that in your brain. You are a servant. Pierre's a servant to Greg. Greg's a servant to Pierre. You're a servant to everyone in your
Right.
company. That is your job. You are a servant. Let's go down here. So we just made it all ourselves. Cobbled together. Is it perfect? It's not perfect. And look at where the screw gun is in proximity. It's not here. It's right there. Look at where the cards are. Look how he has a little thing to fold the cards. Look how that little thing folded the cards. We put a sharp edge on there. Made it all out of wood. There's nothing fancy here that we do. Everything's been OSB. We used a regular racking system for the bench. We didn't go out and buy a big fancy bench. We just improvised. And away we go. It's very simple, and it will always be improved. It's just nonstop. And then any parts he needs down below, look at our bin system that I've showed you before. All of our bin system here stores all of our raw materials, and it's all very clearly labeled so you can see what you need. So if you need a raw material to make something, you just go down below, you grab the product, and you put it up, and you create the build station. So you could actually change this build station from one product to another just by taking new bins out, putting them up, building what you need, and putting the old ones back down. Go ahead.
The injection molding process.
Yeah.
He has an internal Kanban card,
Yes.
and then when he gets that, he knows, how does he know the turnaround requirement? I know the quantity. Does it also say how quickly I need them? Like the backstock balance between the injection molding guy
You know,
and
John would know
or-
the answer to that question, what
Okay.
he's allowed as a lead time, but
Okay.
generally speaking, every product has a different lead time. Some products are 3 months, some things are 1 hour. So whatever that lead time is, that's what the Kanban is based on. Does that make sense?
Yep, yep.
Okay,
Beautiful.
what it does is it really is an indicator to tell you what's missing, not what you have.
That's what I think. And I don't know about you, but a 30-cent drill bit, you know, is something
It's
that,
not worth an
it's
hour
not
of
worth
your
going
time.
to Ace Hardware
Yeah.
back for an hour at a time. You know, whatever you're billing out at.
So now, what did you do here, Greg?
So this feels better. So what we did was we just said, okay, colors, kindergarten simple. And so this is Paul's version of what I did in wood originally, but you've got your basic fractions laid out here. The color code 1/8" fractions. It's an 1/8 inch. Okay, it's red, 8, quarter, 3/8, and a half. And 16ths, that's common to everybody. The 16th, 3/16, 5/16. So
And they're all yellow.
they're all in the family, and they're all lined up. So if you can't figure out where to put this one, you're not gonna, you know, come on, kids, right? And this is what you did, Paul, which is you made a powerful control with this one.
With
this,
the length.
This Mondo one, yeah, even though it's not the primary thinking there, this is saying, hey, come on, there we go. So it's
So we have color, we have
Yeah.
size in terms
Right.
of height and diameter. So there's 3 ways to
Right.
recognize whether or not you have the drill bit in the right place.
yes, and I think just by having them laid out this way, this diameter is just not, it just can't go in there unless you're just malicious, right? It's gonna have to go back there.
You are such a word crafter.
So it's,
you know what?
it's just fun. Anyone who's struggled, everyone who's a woodworker, or any guy who's had a drill in their hands has a jar full of bits.
At least an hour every day, we do lean. And we do lean not as an afterthought, it is the first thing we do because it is the most important thing we do. So we first do lean, and then everything else takes care of itself. That's all there is to it. It's that simple.
Problems are revealed, issues come to the surface.
It's all there, and again, I'm sure it's over $1 million right now on teaching and training people, but that meeting costs $2,000 a morning. Every morning, it costs me $2,000 to do that meeting. It's very expensive.
Paid back by 8:30.
Oh, yeah, it's over, the payback. I don't think of it in terms of money, but I know it comes back to me, you know? I think of it in terms of building their lives and changing their lives and making them better human beings, and that is, how do you measure that?